what this looks like over by Tree. Or are they just going to creep in? It's just going to be a fast push in, and there they go. The race jumps in. Governor right there in Sylvan's face, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Meteor still on the site. He cannot quite land onto multiple after Primi.
Did get at least banned down to low HP though, but now the 3-on-4. I mean, how do you refill back in with all that space up through the vents? He's going to be able to find at least Jit Boys.
Cruz has to back out, but Buzz chases him down before it's too late. Buzz, just a little bit of a chip, but like you mentioned, Ban already very low. Governor hiding out with him. It's going to be a two-man trade. Ban should be the bait here for Governor to try to get the kill. Ban just acting like there's nobody else behind him, and now it all comes down to Governor. Izu trying to check the angle for him. It's not really planted for Governor, so it's not a great spot, and it looks like the defuse should just go through. There's the paint shells, but half already done. Governor has to go on the hunt. He has to win these duels. He's not going to be able to. Izu making sure that T1 is up 1-0. Over it, so Governor clears it afterwards, and now having control fully in. Buzz, meanwhile, gets killed on the other side. He's chasing down. That's a spike down.
Repeaks a little bit just to check. I think he might have spotted out at least two. Meteor playing on the side inside of smoke as well, but Governor continuing to peek out, at least takes one down. Stacks makes it a trade.
Now Governor, he has to try to find a way out. He wants to, and he will get to safety. This is going to allow the reset, but now T1 already has a good read. They spotted one out at minimum outside of Arcade. They know that Governor is still by B, so you can leave Meteor here and start to circle about, see if there's a plant coming towards A, and that's exactly where Buzz is on the minimap.
Yeah, still marking the exits out towards drop at least. Meanwhile, the rest of the team able to play the numbers game, so taking down Governor now makes it a lot much easier. Talon, though, still at least sticking together, will be able to get the spike down.
Yeah, they do have a decent amount of utility. No more smokes, though, so once these two dissipate, that's going to be it for any masking possible for Talon. I love that T1. They're just waiting and saying, okay, it's a 4v2. Buzz is making sure that there's no wraparound through the spawn. Talon, they need to get extra picks, and look at what Izu's doing. He's just going to buy time, force him back in so that they can make sure that they group them up and take them out at the same time.
He stunned him as well.
And the chase out. Oh, Jit Boys, he's going to get traded instantly by Izu. Now a 3v1 Primi. He's pushed out. Can he isolate the 1v1s? He's got too many angles to be aware of, and it's going to only be one kill.
Kind of close to Generator, player on the other side. Sylvan there with a bit of a crossfire. But okay, a bit delayed on that salvo, and it does capture on Sylvan.
Yeah, it's a great chase through using that Tato utility, making sure that there is no exit already. Massive numbers advantage with the Stingers and upgraded rifles as well. Meteor can only get one. Premier's just back with a Stinger in close range. And Governor now holding right up against the wall. He tries to duck through, but he at least gets that information. A 3v2 now, but look at Ban's health. Only 5 HP. It might as well be a 2v2 if Talon doesn't play this carefully.
Buzz has a full kit of utility as well. Showstopper in the pocket. Meanwhile, Izu on the other side does send out the stun. Oh, the paint shells with the outlaw shot. Takes two down. It's all down to just Primi.
Showstopper online as well. Primi just hoping that it doesn't get checked, and it's just going to be a trade. The Stinger can't delete him fast enough. Now making a little bit of noise, trying to draw out the Molly, the early smoke, drawing out a lot of that delay, but the Armageddon already trying to isolate, but Governor all alone inside. Sylvan immediately gets traded.
Here's out Canteen at least, but right now Buzz in with the op. Goes in for the quick peeks, take down Jit Boys. Talon has swarmed the site though, so trying to hold it down with the spike down now.
He's waiting to see if there's a repeat. Goes right outside of the smoke, and he accurately identifies what Buzz is trying to do. Izu pushing in from the flank though now. 2v2, both teams separated. There's the Armageddon coming in from Izu, trying to make sure. But look at that small gap. Ban hiding on the site. I don't think T1's going to expect that no matter what happens, but Primi's going to win anyway. Yeah, Primi still being able to... It's a wraparound from Meteor. They know for a fact that this is a site. They're already positioned to hold the spawn line. It's really a matter of timing, and there's the stun, the drop down. Two-man drop. Cruz tries to hold them through. Annihilation does lock one up. Primi has to win that, and he does. Locks up A main as well.
Continuing to hold the door as well, but here comes the swing from Buzz, now looking for the next one. Cruz just buys a little bit of time, but the salvos, he is stuck behind the little box.
Oh, you gotta be
sure
careful.
Buzz is aware.
Yeah, you gotta recognize that there's a gap there, Buzz, with a nice little jiggle. Now 3v2.
Ooh.
They isolate the fights. Now there's the double peek, and Ban cleans up one. A 1v1 with 8 HP from Governor. Boombot stacks nose. Does he hold for the half? Governor, where's the swing? He still waits. He baits him into thinking that it's the half, and then Stacks is still waiting, just with enough to... And there's the ping shells. Buzz, does he try to peek out? The stun comes through Governor. Yeah, no way out of that one. You're stuck in dead water. And now just on site, waiting. Berry Mesh comes out. There's the Rolling Thunder to keep them at bay, and Ban just gets caught right in the trap of things. Talon, no way to enter the site. 3 members all stuck on dish, 40 seconds. You could rotate, but now you're getting read like a book.
Yeah, so much of the util already spent as well, Chobra. I don't know what Talon could do in this round. Maybe just a save at this point as well.
Left.
They lost so many of their players early on. I mean, it looked like now Buzz kind of sussing things out a little bit. Starts to actually back off in towards A, but that should be the tell.
Yeah, the fake over to Sands does work, so Buzz is out of the site. That leaves the site empty, but Governor, he can't quite get the kill. The Cyber Cage getting so much value. Buzz now repositioned, and Talon has no idea. They do now, but he's just going to spray down and shut down the gate to B site.
Completely blocked. Locked as well. The door shut in front of Talon's faces. It's just Cruz here. Has the spike on the ground, but not really within his range to pick it up. Still continuing to try to poke around to spot out at least player, maybe get a point towards his Rolling Thunder, but so many targets on the other end. Stacks.
Play again, look at the position. They've got Izu on site. They just want to set up a crossfire. Buzz, Izu's going to actually finish off that kill.
A little bit way too far ahead. Jitboy's looking for the trade, but not quite in position or ready to really go for it. Right now, then, T1 finds the timing against it. Buzz continuing to swing out, almost getting the spray transfer. Stacks gets the trade. All that's left is just Cruz, and he hears the footsteps from behind, goes in for the swing, but the Stinger will not complete its kill. Close towards qualifying for Masters Bangkok, and they really want it. Now, the last round of the first half, pushing through.
Yeah, Annihilation and Rolling Thunder. You got to dump everything you got. It's going to be a push towards spawn. Primi does have the spike, but trying to stick to the game plan of clearing out spawn. But where are you going, son? You got to come back to the team because you don't have control of the site. You have to plant, and that's going to be Primi now left all alone with spike in hand, and he goes down. On towards Arcade. Is he ready for the full push? There comes the smokes. Jitboy immediately trying to fill the site. Izu gets one. Ban trades back. Izu still with 2. Primi trades back again. It's a 2 for 2, and Primi staying alive on the site. The timing for Meteor. Primi finds him. It's Cruz and Primi. The tie duo this time keeping. This time, look at the utility on the north side. Full passive information. A straight trade here towards Tree, and T1's going to win out. Now up 5-4. The smoke comes down. They've already drawn out a crucial piece of one of that delay util. Oh, another kill for Meteor as well. The 1v1 against Ban, and now Talon. They're stretched across the diagonal of the map.
3 on 5 as well. You just don't quite have the numbers to really reinforce and hold down a lot across the map. You can't have fights like that when Ban, your lone sentinel is kind of getting picked apart. So now, just trying to hold the space as much as they can.
Yeah, Primi wondering if it was going to be a wraparound. Not sure if he heard the cam the first time, but he's just keeping his eye trained. Talon, they have to choose where they want to fight. The salvos come in from both sides. Cruz tries to get a bait. Doesn't quite get it. Aftershock, but there's the timing from Meteor. Right when Talon forgot about Arcade. The teamwork is impeccable from T1.
So clean with it, just being able to bait out the utility and then the timing for Meteor to swing out off the other end. Of course they don't expect that. Now it's just Jitboys, and he's trying to peek on through.
Jitboys, obviously, it being the bonus, you get whatever you can take. Just a bulldog in hand. You can rack up a multi-kill, get a little bit closer to that orbital strike. Well, it's not going to happen. Silva, meanwhile, keeping my eyes on Ban's position as well on spawn. He should hear the rope, so he should be able to notify his teammates that there might be a wraparound, but it looks like he might have missed it because nobody's watching their back. Buzz gets one. Meanwhile, Izu now backed out towards Arcade. Talon trapped with nowhere to go, but they have a mission. They have to defuse the spike, but they don't even have any sightline on any extra members. There's the orbital strike. There's the salvos coming in. It's just going to be extra delay upon delay, and that's where the Tejo shines. No chance for the defuse, a save for 3 members, and Talon quite push out. That gives Meteor timing to make his own move.
Meteor off towards the other side, but right now Buzz trying to hold the Peach Shells, actually catches Governor. Oh no! Swaps over onto the shorty, and Buzz continuing to go in, looking for something, anything inside of the smokes. Well, Talon just keeps themselves trapped inside of the defender spawn. Meteor comes in for the pinch from behind.
Yeah, I mean, they are absolutely trapped, and they're trying to go for the wraparound. Primi finds him, but now it's still a 3v4. T1 still 40 seconds. You still have Buzz over by Sands. You don't have to push this. Ban will find 1 kill. The call should be coming in, but there's the swing up from the ropes. Jitboys, does he have an idea of where Stacks is? Ban, he gets taken down. It's just 2 different 1v1s. 30 seconds on the clock. Primi, if he can get this kill, now a 2v1. You're feeling a lot better. Primi just has to hold on to the site. Stacks, some great moments last week. Got that clutch against Paper Rex. Primi, does he wait for his teammate to come up close? They're going to try to push him out. Blind side of him, he's still on the site. There's the swing from Jitboys, and Jitboys will keep Talon alive.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go in quick.
Yeah, Izu does see the boombot, so Governor knows that someone's watching Stewards as well. There's a Rolling Thunder just for extra delay. Ban now using the Annihilation, but Buzz already peeks around. There's so much pressure coming out of Stewards. They just can't quite get the wrap around. It's going to be ults for ult as the Armageddon comes out along with the Annihilation. Annihilation does not land. Ban trying to keep Sylvan en route. He's trying to keep him locked in. He knows he has him grabbed at it, but there's the able to strike with the kill. Ban gets one, but there's still so much delay. The salvos keeping them away from the spike. Ban sticks it. He needs to stay on it, but he gets pulled apart. A slow one coming up from being long. It's trying to be a flood all the way through. There's the Dizzy already. The raise on to the site, but it's Talon with a great crossfire. 3 kills to Talon's name. Thank that for Meteor left all alone, and they just flood him. This gets checked after hearing all those judges, and it's just sprayed out from Buzz right through the wall as he sees the kneecaps of Governor.
Yeah, caps him down, but also being able to execute into sight because he's within range now. Then that 0 point earlier from before on stacks in towards Hookah was kind of a bit of a fake as well. Buzz continuing to go in with an onslaught. Second player down, that's Primi. Cruz trying to snipe down whatever he can with this Marshal of his, but not being able to find too much.
Yeah, some chip damage onto the members, but T1 so far still looking good to keep all 5 members alive. It's going to be Ban closing in with that Vandal. He needs to find value, but he gets shut down. That's the Vandal dropped, and Chip Boys just the judge in hand. Not much he can do. The most you can hope is maybe someone is hunting you down, trying to push out, and you get an exit frag, but otherwise, this looks like a round where you got to go to the spike.
Pretty much our whole for exits, unless, you know, if T1 pushes into Jit Boys, but they're not going to be able to find too much. At the same time, I mean, just down to a lot of these tiny little minute movements. T1, you know, a couple bursts in, it kind of baits Cruz out into the peak.
There's a Cosmic Divide. Buzz, where does he choose to fight? He's just going to hold close. Trust his teammates to hold on to the spike. Sylvan just getting out of range, but eventually gets run down. And Buzz just keeps up. Cruz tied up in the TP. He cannot help his team. Now he's back. Buzz being very busy, eventually gets taken down. Time still ticking. Talon on the defuse. There's the push in. They've got the bodyguards, and that's going to be pretty. But you're holding on to backside, and you mentioned the Annihilation. We'll see if it comes through. The barrier mesh now closing off short. Jip Boys pushes out of it as well. Eventually gets traded, but some delay on the route. There's the Annihilation trying to draw in. Meanwhile, Wingman finishes it. Primi ready for the pickup kill against Meteor. Some of that post plant once again gone, and the spam through from Ban. It's a good read. Primi with a nice shot out to Buzz, and now just Izu all alone. Too many members to fight. Now they've got other ults cycling up. It's a good jump peek. I love the attempt at that bait and switch, but the operator does get dropped. T1 trying to make sure that it's not recoverable. There comes some util coming out from Cruz, and now the push out. There's the Steel Guarded. They're trying to pinch on to Talon. Showstopper used. Buzz, can he get the kill? No, not quite in time. The trade comes through, but Ban is holding on to B-Main. There's the peek out. He gets hit by Dizzy. Has to back out. Counter Dizzy himself. Finds one. Where's the cover for Meteor? He's still hiding out. The Thrash comes in. Primi now looking for that info. The Thrash hits him. Primi, does he cover for Meteor? He expects it. He spots Meteor. He wins the fight. And now Izu left all alone. Just cannot dance long enough. Talon continues coming out of Hookah. Coming out of A short. There's the Showstopper. They already know Buzz is out. Talon just trying to keep them locked up. Sylvan gets 2, but doesn't even matter. Because now Spike dropped. Pushed away from your own territory. Meteor has to fight with 28 HP. Just one member left. Stacks, you might be good at clutches, but isolating the 1v1s, and that's a 1v2. Primi cleans it up while Governor makes his way all the way around. Shearwall was just tripped. Governor, he needs to get the kill. Meteor will keep their back safe. Orbital strikes coming out, and that's going to keep Talon at bay. Sylvan holding close. A bit of a reset, a bit of a breather. Talon, not much space to work with. They gotta wait for Jip Boys. The Haunt take it out. Ban gets 1 kill at range. There's the Annihilation! And Sylvan, you can't hold that angle anymore! He's been tied up, and it's all down to Meteor again, but the barrier mesh on top of the Cosmic Divide! I mean, what do you even do here? You just gotta try to spam it. There's just no answer as Meteor gets stuck right in. Governor and Jip Boys will try to see if they can get any kills from above, but look at the crossfire setup. Sylvan's gonna spot first. Meanwhile, Shearwall tripped, trying to distract him, trying to create an opening. Governor gets 1 kill with the nades. He's been so good with those. But do they know about Izu? Close by, they spot him, and Izu will get both, and that should be the round here for T1. Ban is good for kills, but time already running short. He needs to stick onto it. He knows there's just no chance. He's just trying to take the weapons away. He knows they're low on creds, and Buzz just says, whatever, I just want the round, and they'll each get what they want.
Of course, they want to get Ben, back in with the rest of the team on Talon's side.
Yeah, Meteor's position is going to be very important because you don't imagine he's all the way far back. Yeah, Governor's concerned about B main, but he's by Fountain, as you mentioned. He gets 2, not quite onto 3, but lots of time bought. Look at the positions of T1. You're holding close on guard, and the Thrash comes through, but you're not sticking together, so you can still cover each other's angles. Sylvan still over by elbow as well. Trades back and forth, but eventually numbers advantage for T1, and they will be able to climb up one more round. Maybe any other options.
Absolutely right. Look at how they're trying to break in towards Bats right now. Governor just breaking in a lot of these sidelines, forcing those crosshairs to go haywire. Meanwhile, the peaks come out, but unfortunately, T1 completely traded off. It's just Talon taking down so much space around the site.
Governor got so much information on that crazy little double hop across the truck, and that lands the grav net as well on Buzz. Nowhere to go. Buzz and Sylvan both taken out right outside of Showers, and look at how far apart they are playing this. Obviously low on health as well, but they've got the util, they've got the post plants, and we'll see if they're able to combat through. Here comes the double swing. It's a nice one from Cruz. Meteor still holding by, but it's just going to be down to Stacks all alone. Half already done. He draws him out, knows where Cruz is. There's the haunt. Tries to buy more time, and there's the immediate re-swing from... We'll notice that there's nobody on the B side, but it's already a hit coming on to the A side. Primi trying to get close. Meteor will stay alive through the smoke.
Then continue to try to watch off in towards A short. They spot them out by the sheer wall, but Ben right off on top with the ghost. Will be able to gun down Meteor. At least though, Buzz still being able to hold down Bats, and that gives him a good pivotal position to try to break in anyone who might be trying to continue pushing through from A short. Ben just trying to back off as much as possible now, but unbeknownst to him, Izu's right behind. Will be able to check and clear against him though. That could be a chance.
Yeah, he was ready for that, just trying to get whatever kills he can. Now going back towards A, hoping that T1 trusts that it's a full wraparound, but I love what T1 did here. Buzz pushes out just in case it's a wraparound back into A. And Ban, no wingman in hand. He's going to have to plan it himself if he wants to. No, he's just going to hunt for the kills and save over the Phantom. I love this choice from both sides, but T1, of course, side. There goes the Thrash all the way into backside. The chase through Governor. They know they got the hit, and that's the site opened up. Izu has to back out and yield.
So fantastic, and because of that, 4 on 5 immediately. Barrier Mash out as well, but Steel Garden trying to break on through. If they can get through that Barrier Mash fast enough, but also Talon has gotten out of that range.
And look at Cruz, meanwhile. The main force just has to buy time. He's coming around all the way on the flank. The retake's very fast. They're already on site. Cruz, you got to get here just a little bit faster. Sonic Sensors should buy just one more turn. Primi, but he's been suppressed. The Sonic Sensors not going to go off just yet. There's the fragment. He has to peek out. He gets taken down. Cruz, he spots one. Can he make sure he gets both? And he lines them up for map point for Talon. So as long as we can get the plant, that's our mission. Governor goes in again, this time close range. Ban there with a trade. Judge holding lamps. You've already got so much control. Sylvan wants to peek out, but doesn't find the time. Now he's just going to hide out. He's been surrounded on the side of Meteor. Gets caught by the Annihilation. That's going to be all members down. Sylvan now all alone. Meteor is simply on the UI. That's all you can hope for. And that...
Cross grass.
Just full mid control. Buzz opening things off with a nice clean kill against Governor. Draws out the fault line as well, so that's tons of delay used up, a lot of util taken out from Talon, and a lot of space gained by pushing through A short on that timing. Stacks with a nice read, playing that Sova himself. And meanwhile, Izu just going to be supporting on that Cypher, as the Des mentioned.
Primi is on the duelist now, though, so maybe looking for a way to flip things around as he continues to swing and peek out against Stacks. Managing to track him midair as well. Still, though, T1 are able to flood the sites now inside of the smoke, but not quite able to deal with a double peek out with Jit Boys. And Primi now continuing to peek out. Another player down, and that's going to be just Izu left alive. Not quite able to deal with the final 3. Smoke's already out, but Governor is prepared. So counter recon goes out, the site smoke inside of it as well. In with the Outlaw, but no shots found. Meteor able to slay them apart. Here comes the Judge, though, and Sylvan managing to take down Governor.
Jit Boys is a little too low. He's going to get spammed out no matter which way he peeks out. And Izu getting that kill on the flank as well. Man is spotted, but Jit Boys is here for the backup as well. There comes the contingency. There's the paranoia as well. Stacks picks up a kill from long range. Now backside, you are cornered, Jit Boys. Nowhere to go. They've got all angles covered. It's an absolute swarm and a flood in from T1. And I love that they use the decoy first. That way you keep the shield alive. Then the contingency as well. So you keep having to respect the ISO.
Yeah,
It's going to be that hit. You start to back up just in case. Fault line at the ready. That's one piece of delay. That's the decoy. And there comes the ISO ultimate. It's a duel between Governor. Meanwhile, Buzz already clears out the site. Meteor wins that duel as well, and that is side wide open. But Jit Boys tries to find a timing with it from the shadows. I love the attempt, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, you gotta love that. If he had found it, that would have been so big.
And then it's going to be a paranoia out. They just haven't found the op yet. They are so on top of things, and Izu closes off against the Rolling Thunder. That's going to be a shutdown. Primi knives out. Meteor gets a kill on the flank. Primi has to get so much. He lands the shot onto the spike. Gets two ready for the third. And welcome back to the duelist roll. Primi, can he shut things down? Sees the shield. Doesn't want to greet it. Knows that it's a risk. Takes down the shield from long range. His teammate's too far away. He finds his targets, but doesn't have enough blades to op out. Stays alive, 2v1, dashes over, trying to close the distance. Doesn't quite get it. 78, Ban, he's arrived just in time. He needs to win this duel. There's a flash, it's full, and Buzz will clutch.
Position's being held by T1 right now as well, right? Izu marking the back. You've got Meteor with a possible kill contract as well, but Ban just coming back in, takes down Buzz. So now a lot of T1 players stuck towards the site.
Yeah, T1 might have to consider pushing out, but right now, they know that they have that tripwire watching their back. They try to take a timing, but Governor's ready for it. So now the pinch comes onto the site. Izu and Meteor both getting one each. 2v3. Health solo, but Izu now trying to stay ahead of these. Meteor with a nice little jiggle, finds that 1v1. Going to go for the duel, and this gives time for Izu to just back away from the site. If they don't get the kill, Meteor's gonna come back. They're ready for it. They know that Ban is there. He's been tagged. He's low. The call has come through, and Ban lands the shot, but just not in time. Has to exit and yield the round over. More space, Primi. Oh, he's been spotted. Here comes the Hunter's Fury. Primi gets Meteor and miss all of that. Stacks meanwhile gets his 1,000 kill with the Hunter's Fury. And that's going to be a main opened up site, relatively empty as well. T1 starting to march through. Cruz. Oh, if he had gotten that 1v1, maybe there was a chance. But now it might just be the round given over again.
Yeah, he was trying to get ahead of it. He was trying to fill out the site to at least hold off as much as possible, find one kill in the back off or something, even out the odds, right? But Buzz is just so ready for it. Down with that Hunter's Fury play as well, and Team 1 already has the round pretty much in their bags. It's a 2-on-4, but Talon's still trying. A cage in front of their faces, and they're just going to make a little bit of noise.
I mean, they would love to try to get the round no matter what it takes, but look at the positions. Buzz hiding out in the smoke, making sure he's not spotted up top. Jit Boys gets a cheeky kill, trying to even things, but Stacks evens it right back. Now a 1v3, surely impossible. Jit Boys wants to fight them, but they will not give him that timing, and he will have to turn tail, back out, get whatever kills he can. No, he's just gonna give it over to Stacks as well.
Boys managed to stall and hold them off this time. The smokes, the flashes, and pushing T1 off.
Stacks, meanwhile, going to clean up Primi, though. Governor, are they aware of the double? They're cautious, but they're marching through, and they just swing right by. Governor can't make up his mind. Buzz is going to clear the way as Sylvan jumps forward through the shadows, from the shadows onto the site, and that will be the plan on the A site.
Oh! Not quite aware for Cruz, though. There's going to be the opening shot now. Maybe a chance at working way across. He is still quite aware of a possible gate crash, though. Always looking out for Buzz. Buzz just creeps right around the boxes, gets the first one, but Jit Boys makes it a quick trade. Now trying to hold inside of the smokes. Stacks and Izu off towards both opposite angles and trying to continue and pull that pressure away.
T1 knows that they're not quite on the spike yet, and Talon knows they had to push out. Jit Boys, once again, running out of time. The cam spots him. He needs to get the kill. Can he jump forward? You could clear it out. All right, they're going to set it up for it, but I mean, you broke the cam earlier, so surely T1 is wary of Primi. He gets one. He wants to continue fighting. He wants to be the barrier. There are the knives, close range. How does he stay alive amidst all of that? Still gets one, almost gets another. But Governor, meanwhile, with a great backup from long range, and Sylvan all alone with only 54 HP. 1v4, knows the Cypher is nearby, but has no clue about anybody else. And Ban will wrap things up. It's going to be a faraway shot from Ban that just forces him back in. Jit Boys trying to find a timing. Meteor, meanwhile, very quick on the push in. And Jit Boys just can't get that kill against Izu. And this should be a very easy flood back into the site. Spike now being transported over to A, but you just don't have numbers. Ban has to go huge here in mid.
Yeah, might have the positioning, but it's so many targets on the other end, right? Cruz just racing across through the A site to get the spike down. And Ban trying to stay concealed enough to at least find, 1, 2, maybe 3 players to make things a little bit easier for Cruz.
And T1 was staying grouped, but now they've separated. Ban can start to find these 1v1s. Izu is low. Oh, he's just unaware! And Izu's able to spam down on the headshots. Cruz gets one, but already chip damage. You do have a flash. You do have that fault line. Cruz, can he find the timing? He gets pinged, and that's just going to be right through the wall. Vandal for Meteor. They really want him to be able to fire, and also meanwhile Stingers and the Marshal, a nice headshot crisp onto Sylvan, and they push through. They don't quite spot Izu, but they stay alive, and that's the important part. Meteor comes in, the shield not quite recharging in time, and the Stingers just overflood the site, and Talon will be able to plant the spike.
All right, the unexpected force by Talon trying to mount that resurgence back into the map and quickly surrounding the site. They have the positions, they have the cage, they've picked up those weapons, and they're trying to carry them forward into future rounds. Buzz, though, still trying to find what he can with this Outlaw. Pushes out and manages to take down Ban. Cruz then, though, takes down Stacks, and once again, it's all down to Buzz, who cannot quite make it across Primi with that Bulldog.
And that's going to leave Stacks all alone. Doesn't quite check it, Ban! You haven't cleared the site! Ban, okay, he does! In a twist of fate, he's going to actually win the fight, and for sure, keep that site under control for Talon.
Almost biffing it, but thankfully able to land that flick, and because of that, Talon has the site and the post-plant positions. It's going to take a little bit of time for T1 to really get within range, and that could be the biggest factor in this retake. T1 now, although 3 players are close enough, it starts off with Meteor. Now slowed down by the fault line, and that just takes further time away.
Yeah, and the shield's going to be running out soon enough, but he's going to get the refresh. Cruz kind of gives him a way in. Paranoia to make room once again. Counter Paranoia to make sure they shut down the ISO. He's gone, and that should be the retake shut down. And I was going to mention this T1 composition. This should be trip broken, fault line sent, and it's going to be full charge onto the site. Sylvan, can he stay alive? That's a good kill contract to break apart the entry.
Oh, and there it is. Gets that one-on-one against Cruz. Sylvan in with the flash, delaying as much as possible as well. Talon tries to push past the smokes, but Meteor continues to try and hold Sylvan off to the other side of the smoke as well. And Izu comes back into support, managing to take down the Talon players. That's going to be Governor down. Ban out from the back, who managed to look all the way through B, but it's a 1-on-2. Takes down Izu with a bit of a crowd spray, but the spike is down C long. Buzz, 1v1, and not a lot of time for Ban. He's trying to go in for the fights, needing to get the kill, but Buzz with the op shuts it down!
Gate crash still available as well to get back into sight. He notes exactly how many. Notices that it's not going to be Ban there. Now they know exactly where Ban is. The support coming in. No, Buzz actually just comes out of the ultimate and gets shut down. Ban now holds control in the middle of the map.
A little bit of an unfortunate timing for Buzz, and there it is, Ban with a swing out against Stacks. That's more numbers being thinned away from the T1 forces, and Talon will be able to flood in towards the C side. It's just Sylvan here, hiding inside of the smoke, trying to find his opportunity. Primi has kind of gotten ahead of him, but Sylvan sneaks off to the other sides. Looks for the timing to find a couple of multi-kills now, 2 going back into it. There's the 3rd! Sylvan still alive. Unfortunately, his teammate's down. Jitboy swings out the left, and that's gonna be Sylvan.
He gets taken down. That's a weapon given over. Stacks now on the site. It's a clean and shot. Can he get 2? Eventually gets taken down by Governor. Spike still not planted, but it is a 2v4. Numbers not in favor of Talon from the shadows, just to try to buy time. It takes him off the plant. Primi gets spotted. Doesn't quite see the headline over by the window. Now they're going to be wary of it. Gate crash comes down. Do they get faked out by Governor? Wants to get ahead of it. He wants to get out of the flash, but he's already the half flash too good. Primi against the world, and it's just too much to bear.
Just yet, and T1 are here and ready to defend.
Oh, and I love that as well. Waiting for the peek out coming in from Izu, and Sylvan up top. They just don't expect it. It's the double kill. Spike dropped, and once again, deja vu. 2v4. Governor and Primi against 4 members of T1, all at full health.
It is Governor and Primi, though. It's a 2-on-4, but it's the 2 hardest hitting players on the side of Talon with 40 seconds to work around. They might be able to sneak into the C side to get the spike down. Can they hold off against 4 incoming players on a retake?
I mean, Primi just needs to get kills, right? Sure, you have the Hunter Shuri, but in a 2v4, you're not relying on that to secure the post plant. You notice that there's a tripwire watching that entrance. You try to clear out C main, nobody there. So Primi looking for more kills. He tries to find one. He gets taken down by Izu. Governor left all alone this time. He has to fight. He has to take it to T1. but can he find the timing? He's already been noted that he's close by, and there's the contingency, only good for one. Once more as T1.
We expect another though. Izu is on a bit of that lurk as well. Puts himself into position. Governor taking down Meteor. That makes things a little bit better too, but here comes Izu, spiked down, and he's managing to get hit by the flash. So a little bit better as Jitboys comes in with that support, and Primi taking down Izu as well.
Yeah, 4v2, now things have flipped. Talon surely feeling a bit more comfortable. You've got that trip watching your back as well. You can jump over this one. So Sylvan gonna land it safely. Neither of them heard. Oh, I would be a little worried if you're a Talon fan right now, because I don't know if they quite expected. Ban, he knows that it's a possibility. You see the pings on C main as well. Now everybody's watching the angles they need to try to secure this round.
Yeah, they have the numbers, so even though they weren't quite looking the right angles at that moment, they're still fully aware on where T1 could possibly be. Governor marking in towards Garage. Does spot out Stax, but Stax takes the fight. Up from behind though, Ban sneaking a little bit through. Will be able to take down Stax, and there it is, Jitboys against the map right now.
Yeah, Izu just trying to be the bait, and it works! Buzz lands the shot onto Cruz, that's the breach down! The Yoru's out! Backside still in control by T1. Back up, not quite here yet, but there's the kill contract. We'll see if Meteor can win this fight against Primi. Primi versus Meteor. Meteor wins and shuts down the Jet! T1 has filled the site, and all hope is dwindling. Jitboys fighting for his life, trying to fake them out, all the mind games thrown, but undercut, it's everything, and Meteor